Hi guys, welcome to Square One Connect. My name's Kaitlyn. Today we have the lovely Lucy. Today we'll run through half an hour of a dynamic Pilates class. So this one's designed to get your heart rate up and just work through the exercises a little bit quicker than perhaps what you're used to. But just follow what's comfortable with your body and we can make some regressions along the way. So what we'll do, Lucy, let's come down into sitting. We're going to start with a mermaid. So start in your Z sit position, so one leg crossed in front, one behind. Arms are going to be out in front. Now if this isn't comfortable for you, cross-legged is fine or in a diamond shape. You're going to inhale, head over towards the right side first, so the knee that's in front of you. Good, and then back up to the center. So exhale over, inhale back to the middle. Good, exhale over to the right again. Inhale back to the middle. Perfect. Lisa, keep going with this here. And with this mermaid, we're just picking up the tempo just slightly compared to what we would usually run through in this exercise. And it's just warming up our upper back for the exercises to come, basically. So taking us into that side bend. Now Lucy's going to head back over to the right and then curl her top arm underneath her. So she's going to shake someone's hand behind her, come back up to the start, and then head back over to the left. Good. When you head back over to the right, guys, curl underneath again, and then coming back up. Perfect. We're going to do two more, just like this, Lucy. Good. So this is a perfect tempo that Lucy's working out at the moment. So it's not too quick, but we're also not going super slow. So just picking our heart rate up slightly there. Perfect. Let's swap legs, guys. So your left leg's going to be in front now, your right behind. Grounding both your sit bones down onto the ground. We'll head over to the left first. So when you inhale back up to the center, nice and tall, exhale over to the side. How's this feeling, Lucy? Okay?
Good. Nice stretch.
Yeah, perfect. And just keep some awareness here, guys, that your ribs are drawing down as well. So we don't want to get too rib happy and start flaring through our chest. But Lucy's looking perfect there. Brilliant. One more to the right here, guys. And we're going to head over to the left and dip our top arm underneath to come into that rotation for our upper back. Good. Coming back up to the middle and over to the right. So we're going to add into that rotation another 3 times there, guys, at home. Keeping both sit bones grounded down into the mat the whole time. Good. And just going to where's comfortable with your body. You don't need to push this movement. It'd be quite nice if we've been on our devices all day, we've been doing a lot of work at the desk. Perfect. All right, coming back into the center. Good. Now let's lay onto your back, Lucy. All right, so for everyone at home, you're going to place your hands by your side out at a 45-degree angle. You're going to just be aware of your neutral spine here, so just having that little gap underneath the lower back. We're going to raise our legs into tabletop. And we're going to go into what we call side to side, so knees are squished together. Perfect. Inhale over to one side. Exhale back to the center. And you're just going to be rocking side to side in this, and we're going to do 10 altogether here, guys. So now we're warming up your lower back. So your knees, hips, and then your lowest rib will lift. And then as you're coming back in, it'll be the rib, hip, and then the knees. And then if you're placing a little bit of pressure down through the hands, you can activate through your lats and all your posterior chains, so all the muscles down your back, to help support you in this as well. And the idea is both of your shoulders are staying planted down onto the mat and keeping them nice and soft, as we're just wrapping your lower back around like it's a big long slinky, and then you're coming back to the center again. Perfect. How's that feeling, Lucy? You right?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Once you've done 10 there, Lucy, we'll bring the legs down. Okay, and we're going to go into warming up our deep core. So we're going to go into our single leg lifts to begin with. So keep your neutral spine the same here, guys. You're going to inhale one leg up, then exhale and lower it back down into its same footprint. We're going to go for 10, just with this tempo here. One leg up, one leg down. Good. And up and down. And you'll notice Lucy's just moving from her hip socket. The angle of her knee isn't changing at all throughout this. And she's remaining a perfectly still trunk. So hip bones up to the ceiling, gap underneath the lower back isn't getting any bigger or smaller. Perfect. Brilliant. Once you've done 10 here, Lucy, good.
Lost count.
That's okay, 2 more either side, as they say. This is looking fantastic. Then we're going to take it into up, up, down, down. So leading with the left. Perfect. And then you can lead with the right as you come. And we're going to go for about 12 reps here, guys. So one leg up, other leg up, one leg down, the other leg down. Good, and you just want to keep that awareness into your tummy. So drawing your belly button down towards your spine, ribs are staying soft, shoulders are melting down towards the mat, so we're not holding any tension in our neck here. So we're just moving through these movements just slightly quicker than usual, but just as long as you're keeping that form. If you feel like you're arching your lower back a little bit, slow it down. Perfect. Good. So Lucy's making this look really, really nice and easy, but you should be working pretty hard at home. And she is, her heart rate is coming up a little bit because I can tell with her breathing. Okay, so now let's go back into tabletop, everyone. Okay, so inhale, straightening one leg out. Exhale, come back to tabletop. And we're going to alternate the legs and go for 12 reps. So everyone at home, if this is too hard, stick with the exercise we just did before. If you want to make it harder, the lower you take your straight leg, the harder it's going to be on your abdominals. So it's up to you guys at home. Just go with what you're comfortable with. Perfect. Good. So you can see Lucy, because she's quite strong through her tummy, she's able to take her leg out quite low when she's extending, but I'm happy if you just keep it high, pointing towards the roof as well. Nice. Perfect. Good. Stay in tabletop here, guys. Now we're going to go into a double leg extension. So straightening both legs up towards the roof and then back into tabletop. Exhale, straighten, inhale, tabletop. We're going to go for another 5. Now this one's a lot harder onto the abdominals now, so I'm happy if you keep them up towards the roof. If you want an added challenge, you can lower them down towards the mat. Perfect. Keeping that tummy on, ribs melting down. Some pressure down throughout the hands. Nice. And then coming down. Hug your knees into your chest, guys. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go into what we call the chest lift, but with a slight modification. So let's start legs down for this, but I'm also happy for you to have legs in tabletop if you want to jump straight into it. Hands will be interlaced behind the head, elbows are just in your periphery. What you're going to do is inhale to prepare, then you're going to breathe out, curl up into a chest lift. Inhale, straighten your arms out behind the thighs. Exhale, come up a little bit higher. Inhale, keep the height, arms back behind the head, and then rolling down. Perfect. Good. And again. Exhale, up. Inhale, arms out long. Exhale, come up that little bit higher. Inhale, arms behind the head. Exhale, back down. Perfect. Good. And again, as I mentioned before, guys, I'm happy for you to place your legs in tabletop if this is too easy. Otherwise, we'll be working here with the legs down. Good. Lucy's working very hard here. Good. Let's go for 3 more. Curling up, arms out long. Curling up a bit higher. Keep that height. And then coming back down. Good. Grounding down through the heels to engage a little bit of your glutes as well. Nice, Lucy. All right, just whoop. Sorry, I must have lost count. Come through. This was the last one. Okay. Good.
I lost count.
No. I'm also terrible at counting. You'll notice throughout this. All right. How are you feeling?
Good.
Okay, so now we're going to go through a sequence of chest lift exercises. So now we're going to go into what we call the crisscross. So let's have legs up in tabletop, arms behind the head. You're going to curl up into a chest lift and turn towards your left knee. Straighten your right leg. This is your start position. Inhale back to the center, legs in tabletop. Exhale, the other leg straightens out as Lucy is performing here. Perfect. We're going to go for 10 all together. Good. Inhale back to the center. Exhale over. And you're just keeping it nice and slow. Before we were moving through the exercises faster, but now we're just slowing it down. So we're feeling that burn through the abdominals. Good. Keep breathing there, guys. Hips stay level. It's only your upper back rotating around, which Lucy's doing a very good job of doing. Perfect. Good. And come back down. Have a break. You right? Good. Okay. Lucy's nice and strong, so we're going to keep pumping through. Hands behind the head, legs in tabletop. Come up into a chest lift. Right hand is on the left knee. Left hand is on the left shin. Single leg stretch. Stretch your right leg out long. And then we're going to swap. Same breathing as before. Inhale in the middle, exhale over. Good. And you're just going to keep looking forward. We don't need to rotate our upper body in this exercise. And we're going for 10 reps again. So another 5 here, Lucy. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, exhale. Perfect. Good. You're maintaining that chest lift. Your tummy is staying on strong, soft peach underneath the chin. Perfect. Nice. Good, Lucy. And come down. Nice work. Hug your knees into your chest. Okay, so next we're going to come into a double leg version. So what we're going to do, we're going to start in a chest lift and our legs in tabletop at home, guys. And what you're going to do is straighten your arms out just on the outsides of your shins. You're going to inhale, straighten your arms and legs away from each other. Good. Exhale, come back to that start position. Good. Inhale out, exhale to the beginning. Just 4 more here, guys, because this is a lot stronger. Good. Inhale out, exhale together. Good. Inhale out, exhale together. You'll notice Lucy's keeping a chest lift the whole time as well. She's not dropping. Perfect. Good. Good form.
One more?
Yeah. Just for good luck. And then roll back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Perfect. Okay, let's move into some leg work. So give the abdominals a little bit of a rest. We're going to go into what we call a side kick. So Lucy's going to be facing the camera so you can see first. You're going to be propped up onto your wrist. If that's too uncomfortable, you can go down onto your elbow. Let's have the bottom leg bent, and top arms just going to be stretched out on top. Okay, what we're going to start with, let's just think about her organisation. Her shoulders are nice and level. She's pressing up from the ground, head staying still there. Good. We're going to inhale, arm and leg up, off the ground, and exhale back down. Good. So let's go for 6 here, guys. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Now, it's not all about the height of the exercise here, guys. It's about feeling that length as you're rising your arms and legs up. Perfect. Good. Brilliant. So this is quite challenging, as you can see. Come down onto your elbow, Lucy. Give your wrist a rest. So we're going to come back up into that side plank position with the bottom leg down. Good. Okay, now we're going to raise the top leg up and just slide it forwards and backwards. It won't go too far, just a little movement. So your trunk stays completely still and it's just your leg moving forwards and backwards like you're trying to clean a table with your foot. Perfect. Good. We're going to go for 2 more, forward and back. And I want you to take your leg back just as far as it's going forward, so really squeezing the bottom there. And then holding it in that start position, 10 backward circles there in the air. Good. Keep breathing, tummy strong, pressing away from the mat, so you're really staying supported in your upper body. Perfect. And then coming down after that there, guys. How are you feeling, Lucy?
Good, working hard.
Yeah. Okay, let's swap over to the other side. Now you'll notice even though we're working our legs in this position, your upper body is actually working quite hard to stabilize yourself in this position. All right, back onto the wrist, start position. Arms out long. Okay, inhale up, exhale down. Going for 6 reps here, feeling length through the leg and the arms. Neck staying in line. Soft peach underneath the chin. Perfect. And when Lucy's finished 6 here, she's going to come down onto her elbow. Now, if this is too hard for you with your upper body, I'm happy for you to just support your head and do all these positions in lying. Perfect. So now we're going to have leg forward and back like you're sliding it along a table. So it always stays the same height from the ground, and you're taking it just as far back as it's going forward. So you're really squeezing the bottom as it's coming backwards, but there's no movement in your tummy the whole time. We're going to go for 2 more reps here, guys. Perfect. And then moving into 10 backwards circles. Good. You're going to feel that warmth into the side of the hip, even underneath in your supporting muscles as well. Stay strong. Finish the 10. Remember to breathe, and then coming down. Good. Let's come down into a child's pose position there, Lucy. So just resting back onto your heels, arms out forward, and just take some deep breaths into the bases of the lungs here, guys. Because Lucy's here, I'm going to give her a nice stretch on the bottom, but you can always just feel like you're reaching your fingers out even longer to get a bit more of a stretch at home there. Perfect. We're going to come into sitting just at the end of your mat, guys. So Lucy's going to be at this end for the sake of the camera. And we're going to do some assisted roll up and downs. So actually, Lucy, I might get you to come a little bit further backwards. And we'll start laying on your back. So just rolling down at home, guys. What we're going to do is your legs are going to be in tabletop. Arms are going to be behind the legs. Good. You're going to inhale to get ready, and as you exhale, your heels are going to go down heavy. You're going to peel up into a chest lift and roll all the way up, and then stacking tall as you're breathing in. As you breathe out, you're going to melt down segment by segment down onto the mats. Nice, perfect roll down. Back to the beginning. Let's go through about 5 or 6 of these here, guys. Good, so Lucy's got really nice control. She's not getting stuck on the way up. Perfect. Inhaling at the bottom. As you exhale, there's weights on the end of your heels. They're pulling you down. You're curling up and then stacking tall. As you're rolling down, keep your legs there for as long as you can until they can't stay there any further, and you'll roll back nice and slow. Perfect. We might do 2 more here, Lucy, if you're feeling good. Good, rolling back. Keeping this one in a slower tempo, so really think about the form and getting as much spinal mobility as possible. Good. Alright, so we're going to curl up back into our seated position, everyone at home. We're going to go into rolling like a ball, so a little bit of fun today. So what you're going to do is you're going to pretend you're in a big fit ball. So you're going to curl your heels in towards you. You're going to balance up into your bottom bones. So you're going to shimmy up here. Yeah, there we go. Good. So even just staying in this position here is quite hard. Okay, so there's like a little sleeping echidna underneath your tummy, so you're creating lots of space in between your knees and your tummy. You're going to inhale back to your shoulder blades, exhale, roll back up to your starting position, and don't touch your feet on the ground. Nice! All right, let's go for 5 or 6 reps here, Lucy. Good, so she's doing a really good job at balancing at the top. Her feet aren't touching the ground. You're trying to stay like a big round ball. That sleeping echidna isn't going to be spiking you in the tummy. Good. Inhale back, exhale forward. Nice control there. 2 more, Lucy. Doing a fantastic job. This one can be quite nice just to add a bit of fun into the Pilates class, but it's actually quite a strong abdominal exercise as well, as you can see. Nice. Perfect. Good. 1 more there, and then come up. Good, and relax. Perfect. Cross your legs there, guys, and we're going to come into a 4-point kneeling position. All right, shimmy on back just a little bit more. Okay, so let's find our neutral spine position here, guys. Neck is nice and long like you can see with Lucy. Wrists are underneath shoulders, knees are underneath hips. Perfect. What we'll do, let's just start with what we call a scap push-up. So you're going to inhale, your shoulder blades are going to draw together. Good. And exhale, pressing the ground away. We're going to go for 10 reps here, and you'll notice with Lucy, her spine doesn't actually change the movement. It's just her shoulder blades shrugging forwards and backwards. Now this can be quite a tricky movement to get into the body. It's quite particular, but once you get it, you can really work on your shoulder stabilizers. Yeah, nice, good. Keeping that chin tucked in. And after 10 here, guys, we're going to move into what we call our quadruped. Perfect. How are you feeling, Lucy?
Good. A little bit shaky.
Yeah. It's quite a strong position just to hold. Alright, we'll pause here, guys. Now we're going to move into your quadruped. So your right arm and left leg is just going to slowly extend along the mat, and then you're going to lift it ever so lightly off the ground and come back in. Good. Sliding the opposite arm and leg out now, lifting and then back in. So we're going to go for 10, guys, and for everyone at home, your tummy stays very still so we're not arching through our lower back as you're lifting your arm and leg up. If you feel like you are, don't lift your leg and arm up so high. I want to be able to balance a nice tray of champagne on the back of your hips at home, and they're not going to fall off so we can drink them later. That's a joke, I don't condone drinking and Pilates at the same time. Okay, so arm forward, leg out, good. So Lucy's doing a really good job. Her form is staying completely perfect throughout her spine there. What are you up to there, Lucy? I'm bad counting.
I think that one more each side is
Yeah.
it.
We'll go one more each side. Perfect. Good. Now we'll go back out. So left arm, right leg extend, and just go 10 little pulses in the air. Tummy stays still, not arching through the lower back, just little ones, mini pulses. And then coming back into bringing your wrist and knee underneath you. Repeat on the other side. So you're not lifting your arm and leg up too high, guys, but you're just keeping it elevated in the air so we're getting some good muscular activation through our slings in our body. Nice, and come down into lying in your tummy. Alright, so your head's just going to be resting down onto the mat, arms down behind you, except we're going to have palms down facing the ground, sorry. We're going to move into what we call our dart. So we're going to start with reaching our arms out long, so it's just your fingertips touching the mat. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, come up into a little bit of extension, and then peel back down. And shoulders come back down. So let's just start with 5 shoulders squeezes, peel up into extension, and then coming back down. So it's almost like if I'm at home behind you guys and I'm just tugging on your arms a little bit to bring you up and opening up through the front of the chest. Yeah, good. Perfect. We'll do one more like this, Lucy. Then we're going to go into some dart pulses. Coming down. So now, I'll talk you through the movement first, Lucy. You're going to peel up, everyone at home, into that extension position. Just hovering your nose up off the mat, and you're going to pump your arms up and down for 20 pumps. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Just little pumps, keeping nice and strong through the arms for 20, then peeling down and resting your head. We're going to do that 3 times, guys. So squeeze shoulder blades together, lightly hovering your nose off the mat and pumping the arms. Good, so it's actually really strong in your spine extensors here, guys. And just if you're feeling it a little bit in your lower back, feel like you're pressing your pubic bone down into the mat, and it just engages your tummy muscles a little bit. I'm also happy for you not to come up quite as high. You can just hover your nose off the mat if that's more comfortable for you as well. Yeah, perfect. Good. Well, let's go into your child's pose position here, just because we've done a bit of extension. Nice, and we'll start cooling down. So we'll lie on your side into a book opening. So if you have a pillow at home, guys, pop it underneath your head. Otherwise, support it with your bottom arm. Your knees are going to be bent up, right up nice and high, so we're blocking your lower back. A little bit higher for me, Lucy. There we go. Good. All right, so you're going to inhale your top arm up to the ceiling, exhale over. So we're going to slow down the tempo now. Give the body a bit of a rest. Good. Inhale up and exhale over, just feeling the wrapping through our upper thoracic there. Good. And it should be feeling quite nice just after what we just went through. You can see Lucy worked very hard in that. I'm sure everyone at home is as well. Yeah, perfect. And we're going to go another 3 here, guys. So really just thinking about the breath, slowing down, feeling like we can open up through our upper back that little bit more as well. Perfect. Good. One more here, Lucy. And we'll swap sides. Perfect. So you can just roll over at home, but Lucy's just turning around so you can see as well. Now, if it's a little bit too uncomfortable with your arms to be out straight, I'm happy for you to keep them bent behind your head. Lucy's comfortable in this position, so she'll stay with this modification, but otherwise it would look like this as your opening. Good, so you're inhaling up to the ceiling, exhaling over. Perfect. Inhaling back up to the ceiling, exhale over. Good. Perfect. I'm going to go for 2 more here, Lucy, just taking your time. Everyone at home, you're going to keep your knees nice and heavy down into the mat. So we're really just targeting your upper back flexibility. Perfect. And then I'll get you lying on your back, Lucy. And we'll just warm down the lower back. So you're going to come into your side-to-side positioning. So legs and tabletop, arms by your side. You're going to roll over to one side, drop your legs heavy onto the ground.
All the way?
Yeah. Straighten your bottom leg out. Just out long below you, sorry. Yeah. And you can just hang there, just feel like just that stretch throughout your spine, like you're just wringing out a towel full of water. Good, and we're just going to take some deep breaths there into the top lung. And then when you've had enough in that position, you'll come back into tabletop, roll over to the other side. Straightening out the bottom leg. So it's quite a strong spinal stretch here, but if you want to remain your legs in tabletop or not go all the way to the side, that's fine as well. I'm happy for you to just move through that side to side movement as well. Perfect. We'll come up into sitting, roll back over onto our tummies, and we'll just finish with a light extension in our upper body. So just shimmy back a little bit more for me there. Good. Hands are going to be underneath the shoulders, elbows pointing up towards the roof. Inhale, just pressing your chest forward and curling up just a bra strap or nipple line, and exhaling back down. If you feel like you're working quite hard, you can bring your hands a little bit further forward, so we're just getting into that upper back mobility. Nice, and then coming back down. Alternatively, you can place your arms out into a V position like this, an E position, sorry, just pressing up lightly and then back down. Nice, keep your elbows low. Yeah, perfect. Just one more here, and that'll finish us for the session. So thank you for joining us today, guys. That was half an hour of a dynamic Pilates class. Worked through a little bit quicker than your typical Pilates class, but just to work through your cardiovascular system a little bit more as well. So thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for other great exercises to come along the way.